Our next stop on HyperEVM is sentiment, and we're here to qualify for 2 airdrops in one with this easy sentiment airdrop tutorial. So before we begin, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and let's dive straight into it. And to begin with, my friends, we are currently on the sentiment website, which is sentiment.xyz. Once you're here, you're going to want to do all your research, make sure you understand exactly what you're doing before you get started, and you're going to also need to have an EVM compatible wallet with the HyperEVM network set up, and of course some Hype tokens. So you can see myself, I've got my Hype tokens, of which we are going to use on sentiment to qualify for both the next Hyperliquid airdrop and of course the sentiment airdrop. Now, once you're ready, we're going to open up the application. It's going to take us over to a new page. As you can see, guys, we need to get ourselves logged in using that exact same wallet I was talking about. Of course, if you feel more comfortable, please by all means use a burner wallet. However, once you're here, guys, as you can see, we are on the lending section, but the first place we want to get started is over on the points section. Now, sentiment points. Earn points by deploying assets into various products on sentiment. And you can see I've got 0 points because I've done nothing. You can see down below all the points that other users have earned, the highest user earning 1.67 million points. So you can see the competition, guys. You can see the top 10 users down here. However, you can also see that we are currently on week 19 of this airdrop tutorial, my friends, and therefore, of course, we are not exactly the earliest as we could be, but of course, we could very well get ourselves prepared for a potential sentiment airdrop. Although I don't expect this one to be a massive airdrop for us, it could very well be a nice little bonus on the HyperEVM ecosystem, and that's why we're here to qualify. So how do we get started? Well, the first way to earn points is of course to utilize the platform as much as possible, and we're going to head over to the lending section. Here we have the choice of 3 different assets that we can lend out. Provide margin loans to traders executing specific strategies to earn yield. Now this is going to be very simple, guys, and you can see here that we're going to either have USDE, Hype, or USDT0 to supply. Depending on your risk reward strategies, guys, it's entirely up to you, but you can see each one has a different APY, and of course some pools have higher TVLs. The highest pool being Hype with a $7.5 million TVL, and the smallest being USDE with a $526,000 TVL. It's entirely up to you. But let's just say to get started, guys, we want to use the Hype Super Pool. If you select it, you're going to see all of the projected earnings. You're going to see everything about the pool, the metrics, the historical metrics, X, Y, and Z. We're going to earn 4.84% APY for supplying Hype tokens. You can see I've got 2.41 Hype, which I can confirm in my MetaMask. Fantastic. Next, guys, all you want to do is very simply choose an amount that you want to deposit. Of course, the more you can deposit, the more points you'll earn, and of course, the more points you earn, the bigger airdrop you receive. Bear that in mind. But of course, like I said, it depends on your risk tolerance. For me, what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to keep it simple as it's a tutorial. I'm just going to do 0.08. You can see that there's a remaining deposit capacity of 230,000 Hype, meaning if people were to lend out 230k Hype right now, it would close off the capacity and therefore we would not be able to deposit. So we are very simply going to deposit while we have the opportunity to. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to deposit 0.08. If you're happy, you confirm it just like I am, and boom, just in a couple seconds it will be done. Now we just need to wait for it to load up. As you can see, it's just inputting, and now if you give the page a refresh, as you can see, we've now deposited 0.08 Hype tokens and we are earning 4.83%. Absolutely fantastic. And if you go up into your profile in the top right corner, you can see that here we are lending out our Hype tokens in the Hype Super Pool. If at any time now you want to withdraw, guys, as you can see, you can manage your holding. You can either A, deposit more tokens, or B, just alongside the deposit token, you'll be able to see the withdraw option, of which you can then withdraw all of your assets right back into your wallet. Nice and simple, guys. Now, what's next? Well, if you wanted to, guys, you could head back over to the lending section, and it's entirely up to you. If you want to provide USDT0 for 5.53% APY, by all means, you have that choice. If you were to select it, as you can see, I've already got $11.78 worth of USDT0. I could supply it all. If you haven't got any USDT0, but you want to do this pool, guys, you can qualify for a third airdrop, and I'll show you how right now. And it's very simple. You would just head over to HyperSwap once again. This is an exchange that we've been using on our YouTube channel to qualify for multiple airdrops. Yes, we use this platform to swap tokens, and yes, it is qualifying us for the HyperEVM airdrop, as well as, of course, the HyperSwap airdrop, and helping us to qualify for airdrops such as sentiment. So you can come over here. if you wanted to get yourselves logged in. Next, all you're going to do is very simply swap some tokens. If you don't want to use HyperSwap, guys, to qualify for their airdrop, which has their very own point system, you can also use other exchanges that aren't exactly just native to HyperEVM, but you could use, for example, Jumper Exchange, an aggregator of which enables you to find the best swap prices. This will enable you to qualify for yet another airdrop, so this is just another action of which you can do if you wanted to. So for example, if we head over to HyperEVM, I'm going to choose my hype tokens, and down below I'm going to choose USDT0. I'm just going to choose an amount, guys. It could very simply be, I don't know, 0.008 again, whatever you want. You can see down below it's going to aggregate the best swaps, so I'm just going to choose the first one because that's the best one. Swapping the tokens, I'll get $3.60 more. Absolutely fantastic, nice, simple and easy. And then once you've got these tokens, guys, you can head back over to sentiment. As you can see, we've got our USDT tokens here. If we give the page a refresh, eventually you'll see your USDT tokens pop up, and of course you would just very simply choose an amount you want to deposit, and boom, you just go through the steps, nice and simple. That's how you very simply deposit any of the tokens in the blending section, guys. And this is probably one of the most popular parts of this section because it's nice, simple and easy and enables users to earn passive income. For those who are looking for extra yield, but of course comes with extra risk, we're now going to head over to the leverage section. This is of course going to help us qualify for the airdrop, guys. But just know that this does come with extra risk, like I said, because there is leverage involved. And with leverage, guys, you need to understand all of the risks before you hit a single button. Please, guys, conduct your own research because this is extremely risky. However, you can see down here that you can deploy pre-built strategies to borrow, lend, or leverage your assets in just a few clicks. Leverage into wrapped staked hype by borrowing wrapped hype. Leverage into wrapped staked hype by borrowing USDT0, and you see where we're going with this. So you've got three options. You can see the total borrowed amount on each one, and you can see the available amount on each one. So if you're going to use this, guys, once again, you're going to need to use a decentralized exchange or aggregator to get your hands on wrapped staked hype, because that is going to be the collateral for each of these positions. Now, bear in mind, guys, that look, each and every one has different risk types. So 10x leverage, 3x leverage, and 3x leverage. The higher the leverage, the more the risk. You can see the max ROE, you can see the borrow APR, and of course, it depends on what you want to do. So for example, if we wanted to do this, I don't know, wrapped staked hype by borrowing USDT0, you can do so. But me personally, guys, I am not one for doing any leverage whatsoever, and therefore I'm just going to completely avoid this. If by any chance you wanted to, like I said, head over to an exchange such as HyperSwap, go to the trading section, very simply get yourself wrapped staked hype, which you can do just by searching it. Boom, as you can see, wrapped staked hype. You choose an amount, say it was 1 hype to 1 staked hype. You would then take it back over to, I don't know, sentiment and choose one of your positions. It's entirely up to you, guys. But like I said, there is a lot of risk, and me personally, because it's not going to be a huge airdrop in my opinion, I think it's not really worth the risk, and therefore I'm going to leave it nice and simple and just lend out assets. But if you wanted to do this, you would know how to do it. You would just select it. You would set the leverage that you want to do. So as you can see, it could be between 1 to 3x. It is obviously dependent on your risk strategy. And down below, you're going to see the projected ROE, the APY, the APR, the borrow cap, the pool utilization, and the available amount in there. But like I said, I'm not personally going to do it. And the next step, if you wanted to, of course, do this step, guys, is the borrowing section. Me, once again, I don't ever like to borrow assets on a DeFi platform unless I see an opportunity to make some money. But to be honest with you guys, there is so much risk with borrowing assets. I personally just like to lend out assets because it's so simple. All you're doing is providing assets in a platform of which other people are borrowing and you're earning the yield. Instead of paying back other users and having that stress on your mind, I personally don't like doing that, and that's why I'm avoiding it. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do this position, guys, and borrow assets on the sentiment protocol. Yes, it will help you qualify for an airdrop, and yes, you will get more points on the sentiment platform. But like I said, it depends on your risk tolerance. Now, friends, we've got 3 sections of which you can focus on sentiment. Lending, very simple, nice and easy, and what I personally did myself. And there are 3 sections of which you can lend out assets. That is, to be honest, enough to qualify for a sentiment airdrop and to at least get a little bonus airdrop, which could be a nice bonus airdrop on HyperEVM. It's entirely up to you. Now, if of course you want to get the biggest airdrop possible, you are going to need to probably use the leverage and borrow section. So I'll leave that up to you. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give any financial advice. You must always conduct your own research and use a burner wallet if you feel more comfortable. But for me personally, I'm just going to be lending out assets. I'm going to be keeping an eye on my points over on the points section, which you can see will update weekly. Also, you've got a referral, so you can send that to your friends if you have any friends using HyperEVM but are new to the sentiment platform. Here you can earn additional points, and of course I'm going to leave mine in the description down below. If you use it, I highly appreciate it. If you don't, it's not a problem whatsoever. Honestly, thank you to everyone who does, but no problem if you don't. Friends, that is the end of the airdrop tutorial. We hope that you found it helpful, and we hope that you found yourself qualifying for a massive sentiment airdrop, as well as of course the Hyperliquid Round 2 airdrop. Now that is our main focus, guys. We are using these decentralized applications to help stack up transactions, build volume on HyperEVM, so we can get the next biggest airdrop, because the first Hyperliquid airdrop was the biggest airdrop in crypto history. We don't want to miss the second. Guys, if you have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate to let us know in the comment section down below. If you have any requests in terms of airdrops, protocol reviews, or whatever it may be, let us know in the comment section down below, because we're here to help you all. Friends, thank you so much once again, and we'll see you in the next video.